Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. Ultimate Team of the Season is starting to raise some questions, at least for me, based on some pack code that we had added to the game yesterday. This might be telling us about a change to Ultimate Team of the Season that I don't think any of us were expecting regarding the number of Team of the Season cards that might be coming into packs. Do you want an Ultimate TOTS with only the highest rated players, 95s and above? Or would you like an Ultimate Team of the Season with lower rated TOTS included, but have a ton of TOTS in packs? That's the question that we're going to be talking about today with that pack code. Plus, we have leaks. Now, some of these leaks are players that we expected to see in SBCs, like end of an eras for two very big names that are moving on from their clubs at the end of this season. But we also have another Max 91 Evolution leak, this time for a defensive midfielder. All of that, and we've got a guaranteed La Liga TOTS SBC today, and a third step in the process of the Build Your Own TOTS Career Path evolution that is dropping today as well. We'll finally be able to build these cards that we've been waiting on, or at least I've been waiting on, to see the full process unfold. That's all today and more. If you're excited for this one, drop a thumbs up to the video, hype the video, and subscribe if you are new. Now let's start things off by looking back over yesterday's Tuesday content, which won't take long because there wasn't much to talk about in the game. We have a new Evo that is once again uncapped in terms of the max overall rating that you can put into this evolution. The defensive masterclass Evo is 25,000 coins and 2 times repeatable, and it gives very good defensive playstyles for any defender who's got 2 playstyle pluses and max 7 base playstyles. Again, there are 93 and 94 rated cards and above that fit into this Evo if you fit those playstyle requirements. One of the cards I noticed right away that would look good in this is Marcelo. It would give him the quick step base playstyle and also jockey base, making his left back Team of the Year SBC just a little bit better. The thing is, do you really want to pay 25,000 coins for this? Maybe not, probably not, but I'm sure some of you guys could find some uses for this, maybe even in a chain evolution for like a lower rated card that you just need to get some base playstyles on, especially right now with Evos limiting us to 7 base playstyles. Maybe this is something you can do to get a card up to 8 base playstyles before putting them into an Evo that takes them to 3 playstyle pluses. That is something that you could be considering through this, a way to get an extra playstyle on a player. But that's 25,000 coins. I kind of wish that it was free, but since it's an uncapped Evo in terms of rating, I kind of see why they put a price tag on that one, because it is cool to look at 93 and 94 rateds and be able to Evo them, kind of like I did R9 in the Maestro Unbound Evo. Now to SBCs we go, where we had a player SBC here for Alex Febas, who is honestly a card, number one, that I've never heard of, a player that I've never heard of, and also, you know, the SBC is not one that I'm super interested in either. But if that interests you, he does have decent playstyle pluses, and he is 2 squads to complete. Now, the other 2 SBCs we had yesterday were the beloved 91 plus Week 5 TOTS player pick and the 86x2 upgrade pack that returned. The 91 plus player pick, of course, we love because it gives us our best chance at the TOTS cards from this week of La Liga that are in packs right now. And once again, guys, this repeats every couple days. I think the weight on these just gets turned up after the cards that are inside of this pick go out of packs. So once La Liga, Liga F, and Liga Portugal are removed from packs on Friday because we have Ultimate TOTS, it just seems like the weight on this might be a bit better. That seems to be the correlation that I've been seeing from Bundesliga TOTS and League One TOTS the past couple of weeks. A lot of you guys in the last few days have been saying, Nate, the 91 plus pick that expired yesterday that had League One TOTS in it was giving out some really good pulls, as we had mentioned a couple times. So that's a player pick to keep coming back to. Maybe you get lucky with Lamine Yamal, a Tchouaméni, or a Fede Valverde in the next couple of days, even after they leave packs for La Liga Team of the Season. Now, also yesterday, we had the 86x2 upgrade pack re-released. Again, they're on the same schedule. The 85.3 comes out, then the 86x2 comes out. And I know this SBC is upvoted on FutBin, but when you take a look at the coin value of what you're turning in here, you're turning in 14,000 coins worth of gold rares, and you're getting maybe an 87 and an 88 rated card back, which is going to be what? 4,000 coins of combined value. You really need a pack of Team of the Season from one of these to make it worth it. But also you get tradable silver packs back. This is one thing that I think a lot of people skip over. If you're just logging on to the game or starting an RTG because the game is free on PlayStation, doing the 86x2s with the rare golds that you get from the daily upgrade pack grind, doing the rare gold daily pack, the common gold daily pack, and stuff like that, your provisions as well, that's literally going to make you coins, because these silver packs quick sell for about 1,000 coins per pack. 1,300 right there. I don't care about the players or the consumables. I'm just quick selling basically everything, and it's free coins. You do that every single day. I've got 100 silver packs right here. This is 100,000 coins. More than that sitting in my store right now that I just have to open the packs and quick sell and get a few coins. So that's one reason to do the 86x2. It's still worth doing, even though I opened all 3 of mine just a bit ago and I got nothing over an 88 rated, I believe. Still worth doing because it's for gold rares, and that is really, really easy. Now, the last thing as a part of yesterday's content has to do with the new champions of the Premier League. That is correct. Congrats, Arsenal. I'm saying this as a Spurs fan. Congrats, Arsenal, winning the league. They got it done. You finally got over the hump. You finally got the trophy. GG's. Also with that, you get yourself a Victor Gyökeres +1 overall and 3rd place style plus. Same thing with Gervinho. A lot of people during the fantasy promo did this Gervinho, and you're finally going to get yourself that 3rd place style plus upgrade here and a +1 overall. Again, question is, when are they going to upgrade these cards? Because just like we talked about with Cancelo, the La Liga season is not over yet. Even though they've clinched the league, he hasn't gotten upgraded. When the final game is played for La Liga, when the final game is played for Premier League this next Sunday, that's probably when you're going to see the upgrades happen for these cards after that. But until then, we will stay waiting. And the very final last part from yesterday's content on Tuesday was price range updates, and a lot of cards in conversations about price ranges, specifically FUT birthdays, because some of these FUT birthday cards, like this Pfeiffer, have gone crazy high. She has 950,000 coins after getting a price range update yesterday. Absolutely bonkers price. This card literally a month ago was 99,000 coins, and now she is up to 950k. That's the combination of meta and popularity on this card, but also the FUT Birthday Bakery that is still out. You know what it really seems to be time for in this game? It seems to be time for a best of re-release. Why does EA keep releasing packs in the store with old promo players in it that are extinct or super expensive on the market to try to make money, while they should just re-release these cards back into packs, do a best of, and put FUT birthdays back in packs, or maybe even an SBC that gives tradable cards out from older promos to just supply those cards a bit on the market and make it easier for people to obtain these players that they want to Evo, instead of having to go to the store and pay 400,000 coins or $7 to go get yourself a player pick there. But really what I would just love to see is players like this actually on the market and not be extinct and super crazy high in price, because there's no reason for that, at least in my opinion. But Evos, that's the thing, that's the caveat. But evolutions. Now, let's stop talking about yesterday's content and talk about Ultimate Team of the Season news. It all started with a pack code addition yesterday to the back end of the game, suggesting that Ultimate Team of the Season might look different than what we were originally thinking. Guys, this is the pack code that's got everybody talking right now, because with Ultimate Team of the Season, we're not looking for lower rated Team of the Season cards, but that's what this pack code gives. A max 92 Ultimate TOTS player pack was added to the code. Contains one TOTS player from Ultimate Team of the Season rated 92 or lower. When I saw that, it was a head scratcher, because I'm like, wait a second, based on what we had last year in FC 25 and even the year before that in FC 24, there were no 92 rated cards even in Team of the Season. So why is this pack code being added to the game for TOTS, Ultimate TOTS this year? Either the rating on this pack is wrong and the pack code is messed up, or maybe EA's got a different plan this year. Instead of releasing all the highest rated, most expensive Team of the Season cards back into packs, and we chase those, of course, during this most ultimate week of Team of the Season, maybe what they're going to do this year is release more TOTS cards in packs. So imagine having all the high-rated TOTS cards in packs like this, or imagine maybe having a lot of low-rated TOTS cards in packs. Like, what if EA simply re-released every single Team of the Season player from TOTS in packs? That would actually be kind of wild. I tried to do some quick math. I think we would end up having about 200 Team of the Season cards without TOTS breakthroughs. That would just be the blue TOTS cards. I think there'd be right around 200 of them total in packs if they were to do that. And that would be pretty crazy, I won't lie. But what it also take away from what we kind of like about Ultimate Team of the Season is when you hit a blue from Ultimate TOTS, you hit a big blue. Unless it's like Trent or Nuno Mensch last year or Pacho, because those cards were semi-packable. But like, you actually had a big chance at a big blue because that's all that was in packs, the 95 and above, 96, 97 rated Team of the Season cards. So that's the sort of question that I'm asking right now. We don't have official leaks yet as to who is in Ultimate Team of the Season. I'm sure there's going to be some news on that very soon. But let me know in the comment down below, do you think that you would like more high rated cards like normal, or would you like to have all the TOTS cards or a huge list of Team of the Season cards, even including lower rated ones in packs? That's what I'm trying to think through right now and trying to figure out based on that pack code. Because again, unless the pack code is wrong, then something is definitely changing for this Ultimate TOTS squad. Now, what's not changing are the prices dropping on the market. All these 95, 96, 97 rated Team of the Seasons are still dropping. Harry Kane, 2.39 million coins after he was 2.7 to 2.8. I actually bought this card at 2.39 because I was thinking, hold on, all he has to do is go back to 2.7 and I'm making a pretty penny here. So I bought this card. I'm going to trade him really quickly, but I'm still not wanting to do too much on the market when it comes to these Team of the Season cards because most of them are just dropping. And if we do start to get leaks about who is going to be an Ultimate Team of the Season, those prices are going to drop even more as people kind of panic for that. Some other pack code that was dropped yesterday related to Ultimate Team of the Season was updated Weekend League rewards. This is actually a good thing. They took out the TOTS breakthrough text in these Weekend League player packs. So like if you get 15 and 0, or if you get even like 11 wins or 10 wins where you get a tradable TOTS player pack, instead of having TOTS or TOTS breakthroughs in them, it just says one TOTS player item. That makes me think that there aren't going to be any of the purple TOTS breakthrough cards like Arda Güler or Ekitike or Endrick in Ultimate Team of the Season, and it's just going to be the regular Team of the Season cards. But we will just have to see on that and confirm that once we hear about the leaks and news for Ultimate Team of the Season. Now, as we're talking about this change to Ultimate TOTS, maybe more TOTS cards and packs, does that make me not want to invest in TOTS cards? Because if you're thinking, wait, Nate, the whole point of investing in these Team of the Seasons like we talked about yesterday was because there weren't going to be very many Team of the Season cards and packs, and therefore the ones that would be putting in SBCs like the 92s and 93s would go up. Yes, if we do get a huge TOTS squad with a whole bunch of 90, 91, 92, 93 rated players in it, I do not think the Team of the Season cards would rise that well because they would be packed. There'd be more of them on the market. More people will be packing them from SBC packs and stuff like that. That's the only problem that I see with this investment still. Even if Ultimate Team of the Season comes out with more cards and packs, some of them lower rated, I don't think TOTS cards would drop too much because we have big SBC leaks to kind of counteract maybe a little bit more supply of those Team of the Season cards. And Team of the Seasons have been consistently between 15 to 20,000 coins during the Team of the Season promo as a whole. So I think those prices are going to be okay. Just focus on 93 rateds at about 15,000 coins to be the safest. I still am holding on to mine, but I could see prices not rising as much. Like we were hoping that all those TOTS cards would go from 15K up to like 25 next week. If we have a full team of 200 Team of the Season cards and packs, obviously there's going to be a lot of these re-released and they may not go up that much. But let's talk about these SBCs because finally we had the leaks confirming what we wanted to be true. End of an eras are coming for Ultimate Team of the Season, and we got two big names leaked. The first is Mo Salah. Now that card is definitely not an official stat card. ASY Foot Trader, who leaked this, comments below the first reply tweet here and says that the official stats are going to be soon. So this leak might be updated here in the next couple of hours with the official stats for the Mo Salah, but that is definitely way too good to be the actual card. 97 pace shooting and 98 dribbling. That's ridiculous. But 3 playstyle pluses or 4? That's really the question that I have. I'm going to guess 3. EA doesn't seem to want to give us 4 playstyle plus players just yet. 3 playstyle pluses are common through Team of the Season now, but I'd be surprised if they gave us 4, even though a card like this could be deserving of 4 playstyle pluses for sure. Guys, as somebody who used Team of the Year Salah last year in FC25, this is an SBC that I'm probably going to have to do. Like with these end of an eras as well, it's just crazy how one player SBC kind of encapsulates a whole career of so many promo cards that Salah has had, so many goals and Premier League moments that he has had at Liverpool, all wrapped up into this one card. It's going to be a very very popular SBC. It's going to be expensive. Like, let's be honest, this Salah is 900,000 coins. And if this one, let's say he's like 94 or 95 rated, he's going to be at least $1 million, maybe $2 million as an SBC, especially if they make him like 5'5", give him finesse, quick step, and like low driven plus. I don't know what playstyle pluses that they would give him. We'll have to look at the stats and see. That'll really determine the price, of course. But I would definitely expect at least 1.5 million coins for the Salah, which means in these market conditions where fodder is, you're going to need some higher rated squads. And that's one of the reasons why I do think 89s, 90s, 91s, and then of course the 92 and 93 rated team of the seasons could still end up going up in price, even if there's a bunch of them in packs, because a card like this is going to require a lot of squads, maybe like 15, maybe even 20 for the Salah. So start saving your fodder if that interests you, but he's not the only one that's leaked. Antoine Griezmann is coming as an end of an era SBC as well. Again, these are not official stats. Kind of funny, it's like Griezmann and Salah, both left-footed players with finesse plus that you would expect on the card. But both of these would be cards, man, so many of us would like to do. Again, remember, it's not super notable for these players since they're in major leagues at major clubs. But these cards do get icon chemistry, so that helps out any squad building possibilities that you may want to do with these cards. Maybe put them in the same squad. Their chemistry will be good to go. So EA, juice these cards up. You know what, like, even make them expensive. I'll say that. Like, juice them up and make them so crazy that we're like, okay, I'll do 18 squads for an SBC for Salah. Or, like, I'll do 12 squads for an Antoine Griezmann. If they make the card good enough, like we used to feel with the good old icon SBCs that were, like, actually worth chasing after. I feel like we haven't had many of those this year, where it's like maybe the Hullet Dream Chasers card from a couple years ago, or some of those other SBCs that are just, like, crazy icons that do require 20 squads or something like that, but they give us a card in the end. It's like, oh my gosh, this is absolutely insane. I hope something like that happens here with either the Salah or the Antoine Griezmann. Watch out for official stats on those cards. I'm sure we're going to be getting them very, very soon. Now, as we also mentioned, there is an evolution leak, and it's max 91 once again. So on Friday this last week, we had the Total Football Evo, the first max 91 regular evolution of the year. We're going to follow that up this Friday with another max 91 Evo for center defensive mids. And below this initial tweet, Foot Police is kind of posting some of the information about this Evo. Somebody asked about Pogba. He says, my Pogba is ready. He needs that defensive boost. Foot Police says he's going up to 93 or 94 defending on that card. Hopefully a nice physical boost from this Evo as well. 3 playstyle plus players do not fit. That seems to be a common theme with these Evos right now. Unfortunate for this guy's Gravenberch, as he's already Evo'd him up to a really solid level. But this is an interesting one. Somebody responds here with a Van de Ven that has center defensive mid position, also, of course, center back. And he says he fits, but the playstyles are for a center mid. So if you've got a card in your club, and I've got a couple of these, that has the center defensive mid position, but also has the center back position, there might be some really interesting Evo combinations here with these cards. Like, let me just show you my club real quick. One of my favorite cards, if you guys watch the streams, you know, Tim Ream has got the center defensive mid position. He's got cracked passing already for a center back, 93 defense, 92 physical. Depending on the pace boost and the play styles that this Evo does give, this might be a card I'd consider putting into the evolution himself, right? This Desai from the Team of the Year Icon season pass fits. Casemiro is going to be a card that fits. Patrick Guijarro, if you have that card. A couple of Team of the Seasons may fit. Patrick Vieira, who's my favorite center back in terms of overpowered build in game. He could fit into this for me potentially, as long as there if there are no requirements of a must not be center back, which there could be. They could change that. But if that does not happen to be the case, then some of these cards that have center defensive mid and the center back position could end up being pretty sick. So that's one thing to watch out for, though. Those max 91 CDMs. If you got this Petite from the season pass a couple weeks back or months back, he might fit in this evolution and be super duper good. Fabian Ruiz, this Bernardo Silva SBC only as a 90 is going to be popular, even though it's max 91. He's going to be popular for sure. So that's another pretty big Evo leak. Again, the stat boost going to 93, 94. That looks good. I do believe, though, I would have to guess it would be another like 150,000 coin type evolution. It doesn't sound like it's going to be something that's 200, 300K, like an absolute bombazo type of Evo, but it does seem pretty good. So just check your club, and maybe if you've got some of these expensive center defensive mids that people are already planning to put into this Evo, you sell those in the hype just to be safe. But that kind of seems to be the big Evo leak that will be coming this Friday. By the way, we didn't mention a date for a Salah or for a Griezmann. Salah's got to be on Friday, I would guess, and then Griezmann at some point during the weekend. If we start to see a whole bunch more end of Era SBCs leaked, then it would kind of confirm that the pattern from last year in FC25 is going to come back this year for FC26 in terms of end of Era player SBCs, like every single day. Now, what I want to do really fast is just kind of remind you guys about a market situation that's been going on. We have got these national teams that are going to the World Cup calling up their squads and announcing their squads. And like this card right here, that's a cheap price for Joao Neves, 439. Looking at his graph, that might be a coin transfer, but yesterday he was 500K up to 575. I believe the Portuguese national team just announced their squad yesterday, so that's a card that's interesting to watch there. Adeyemi and Leroy Sané are awaiting their names to be called up for the German squad. I believe that's going to be announced today as well. Maybe this Switzerland squad as well is pretty soon, and the English squad I think is announced on Friday. So just keep a close eye out there for some of these answer the call cards. I don't know when EA is going to actually upgrade these. Again, we're kind of looking at maybe the end of May or maybe actually the beginning of June, because that is when these cards will actually, all be announced to be who's in and who's not in or whatever for these World Cup squads. But that's just something to watch out for, because like, let's say Adeyemi, he's on the cusp. Like he's 50-50, could make the team, might not make the team. If he does make the team, his price will spike. Remember what happened when the French team was announced last week? This Conte exploded, the Mateta exploded. So these cards are good to trade with. You do have to be a little careful though, because they are coin transfer cards, and that does run you the risk of getting banned. It does. I hate to say it, but it does. I actually bought one of these Jude Bellinghams for 1.5 mil, and he's now 1.69. So if we can make some profit on that, great. But yeah, just be a little careful with those because of potential coin market bans and still the silly system that EA does not update to get up with the times, basically. Anyways, let's talk about today's content on Wednesday. Two big things. The first one is the guaranteed La Liga TOTS pack. Of course, it's Wednesday. We look forward to those packs every single week. We have the League One that was out last week that's expiring. It was just an 85 and an 86. Maybe for La Liga today, they'll make it an 86 and an 87, or just slightly more expensive to be annoying. That is a very possible thing today. So watch out for that. That was actually added to the pack code yesterday with the other packs that we were looking at. There's also the showdown. Of course, today is the Europa League final for Freiburg and for Villa, but there's another showdown for the Women's Champions League final that's happening on Saturday. Kika Nazareth and Brandt, that's something to keep an eye out on. That could be today's or tomorrow's SBC content. And then speaking of this card, he's max price 1.2 mil. Sell in the hype. I've been saying for the last 3 or 4 days, sell in the hype, because this is just at a level that is outrageous. If he goes to 96 rated, I don't think he's worth 1.2 mil. With the amount of cards that are on the market, and the fact that he would have no more upgrades after that. I get it. 96 is pretty cool. 3 playstyle pluses is pretty cool. But TOTS cards are that level, and they're pretty cheap. A lot of them are. Not 96 rated is a bit different, but EA with the 96 rated boost from last year, they didn't give the cards all like 96 rated stats. Like Sancho may have 97 pace and dribble, or 98 maybe in one of those, but like his shooting is not going to go to 97 and his passing is not going to go to 95. It's not going to be a true +6 across the whole board for that card. They will be slightly tempered upgrades. The overall will maybe go up more than some of the stats on the card. So you guys know what I'm going to say. Sell it in the hype, but that game is today. And there maybe could be some specific content related to that. Of course, we would be hoping to see a winner's squad for whoever wins the final. Of course, if you guys remember last year, this is when EA surprised us with that Spurs. Oh, the memories. Spurs a year ago were winning the Europa League final against Manchester United. And here we are today fighting for 17th place. Anyways, yeah, sell these cards in the hype and look out for a full team of 96 rated Villa players or Freiburg players, depending on who wins. Those players would probably be dropped Friday or Saturday. I think it was a couple days after the Europa League final last year. So Friday or Saturday, those would most likely be dropped. Keep a close eye out for that one today. Now, of course, the biggest part of content today, at least in my opinion, is step 3 of the TOTS career path evolution chain. We've had step 1 and 2. Today we go step 3. This takes the card to 3 playstyle pluses and 93 rated with the 5-star skills or a 5-star weak foot and giving some rolls and base playstyles. Once again, we've already had step 2, which for left mid and right mid gave finesse plus, and for cam gave incisive. Today for step 3, we're going to have a evo that boosts to rapid and pinged plus for right wing and left wing. And for the center mid evo today, it's going to be intercept and tiki taka, probably with the appropriate stat boost depending on the card. So if you've been doing it like I've been doing it, waiting for today, finally we'll be able to take a look at what strikers fit into the starter evo that we can then boost up statistically, whether we want to go for the left mid, like left wing route, or if we go center mid, center attacking mid. Can you mix and match? Like, let's say you put a card into the TOTS career path to left mid. Will there be any specific requirements on the evos that come out today, career path number 3, that say, like, if you're locked into this left mid, you have to go for the left wing? Or could you put somebody in the cam evo to get incisive, but then put them into like right wing or the left wing to get the rapid plus? Like, that might be a play. Maybe there's some mixing and matching that we can do with this. Maybe there's not, but that's going to be a big part of content today, because we'll finally be able to build those if you've been waiting like I have. I think it was best to wait. I know some of you guys probably haven't. But that is a big part of content today with those build your own evos. So I'm going to build up another set of player picks. The TOTS counter is up to 173. We're trying to pack some more big boy blues before this week of La Liga team of the season goes away. I'm very, very happy with Valverde. That was a really sick pull. And we did finish Weekend League yesterday. If you guys were not in the stream, the rewards were cheeks. I did pack Rafinha, which was nice. That made me 140,000 coins. I packed Joan Garcia in red picks, and I packed Arda Güler. So my goal today on Wednesday is not to play Rivals. It is to play the La Liga TOTS exhibition so that I can unlock the Ultimate TOTS finale event that is coming on Friday. So that's my gameplay grind for today. But if you do want to get your Rivals games in and get those points or coins, Rivals is a good mode to play for the rewards right now because it is giving a lot of coins. But just make sure you check your live events and stuff like that for still some other gameplay that would be kind of time of, like, you know, important in terms of time, like that the live event for the TOTS exhibition. You only got a couple more days for that one. Also, the Visa Tap-In event, it starts in 2 weeks, and they fixed Campos. I don't know if you guys saw or not. They fixed the Jorge Campos goalkeeper card. He now has the Icon League, but he does work in game. So that's going to be the video for me today, guys. Let me know in the comments again. Do you prefer a Ultimate TOTS team with less players but higher rated players, or would you rather see an Ultimate TOTS team that has got like every single TOTS card re-released in packs? Like, let me know. I think I like the higher rated cards for sure, because it makes your pack pull feel like it's worth something during a big promo like this. But also at the same time, I'm kind of like, man, having all those TOTS cards in packs at once would be kind of like a early footies type of vibe, where you have just ridiculous amounts of players in packs, and that's just a fun way to craft a whole bunch of SBCs. So I don't know. I would love to hear your thoughts on that, but watch out for more of those leaks today too, because we'll probably be getting some news there. Anyways, that's the video for me. If you did enjoy, drop a thumbs up on it, comment down below if you have any questions, and of course, subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you guys in the stream today. It's been TheFutAccountant. See you there. Peace out.